everyone, and welcome back to my channel. The reason I'm smiling so much is because my stomach has literally just started making noises, and you can hear it on the camera, so I do apologise. I can't do anything about it. I'm not going to stop because of my stomach. There we go. Today I'm introducing my new TBR game. I'm really good at making TBRs. I am absolutely horrific at doing wrap-ups. I'm also terrible at sticking to TBRs, so why am I doing this? I don't know, but there we go. So if you don't know what the royal game of is, I mean, have you been living under a rock? No, I'm only joking. I mean, like, I don't think anyone on BookTube plays this game, which makes me sad. Can you shut up? Just shut up! So if you don't know what it is, I explain later on in the video and I show you the board and everything. It's basically this game that used to be played thousands of years ago in Mesopotamia, by the ancient royals, or I don't know. When you say royals in like Mesopotamia, I think, are they really royals? I don't know. Probably. I don't heckin' know. I'm not a historian. Neither do I educate myself. So there we go. But yeah, I'm going to be going around the board, and yeah, past me will explain more now. There we go. So this is ooh, look at my hands. Just a disclaimer. You might be looking at all of these heckin' things, thinking, what do those mean? You don't need to worry, those mean nothing, unless it's one of these star pieces, which I'll talk about later. So, basically it's like Ludo, so you've just got to get all your pieces around the board into safety. So, how this works basically is you start from here, if you're the white player, and you go all the way around here, and then this is your safety net, and just the opposite for red, so you start here and then work your way around to here. So these are the dice, so basically these are very weird as well. You just roll and then you just move. It's pretty simple. Let's just explain the dice. What's that on my hand? I don't know. So these are again very weird. That's not focused, but you can see my point. Let me do that. Is that what the booktubers do? That hasn't made a difference. So basically that's supposed to be all white at the top, so that counts as 1, even though it looks like 3 triangles. So say, let's just roll something. So that's a 4. I hope you can see that because all of the tops are white. Can you see that? Probably not. Let me just bring it up a bit higher if you can't see. Can you see how the tops are all white? Yes, very good. So let's just pretend I'm the white player. That's convenient that I actually rolled a 4. So we've landed on this star space. That basically means you roll again. So let's roll again. Now here we go. Here's one without a dot on it, which I'll leave down there because it's not focusing. So that means I've got a 3. So I got 3 there. Absolutely wonderful. So let's count 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Let's just say I did the exact same moves with the reds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll again. 1, 2, 3. I'd knock that piece off, and then they have to start from the beginning. So that's her, and then you just carry on going. So you've got all your pieces to the end. Fabulous. Is there anything more I can think of? No. Also, another disclaimer. I know that this says 5 on it, but it means nothing. It means nothing. It's just what they decided to do. So there we go. I've got very flamboyant hands, it seems. Cool. I really hope I properly explained it because I can't remember what I said. Also, I hope you like the addition of this lovely bed sheet that I have included here. Let's just acknowledge the bed sheet, and now let's move on. So, I don't know how I'm going to structure this video. It's probably a mess, so I've explained what it is, hopefully, and now let's just get on with it. Let's roll the dice thing, whatever you call them, and let's get on with it, shall we? Cool. Very good. Hello, me again. So, since this is a 2-player game, this side I'm just going to ignore for now because there's only one of me, so I'm just going to be playing as the white pieces and just going around like so. You'll get what I mean soon enough. So let's lay down the bits. I'm going to leave those free so I can roll again. Right, so I've laid down all my prompts. So each month I am going to try and get one piece around the whole board. And then that will be my month of reading. These pink things are just little reading prompts. So there we go. If I end up here. I'm not going to carry on rolling until I get there because I can't be bothered. So let's just count that as a win because that's not a prompt. You know what I mean? Cool. Right, let's go then. So for the first roll, I got read a play. Me liking me plays, but I don't really read that much, so I like to read a bit more. So I'm going to read an Oscar Wilde play. This is such a tragic copy. I spilt water on it on a train. Very interesting. It makes me sad looking at this, but we're just going to carry on with it. I've read 3 of his plays before. I've read Lady Windermere's Fan, which I remember nothing about. I read Salome. And I read The Importance of Being Earnest. The Importance of Being Earnest is one of the best plays ever written. Thank you very much. So I'm going to read, which one should I read? I'll read A Woman of No Importance because my partner read that and said it was good. So I'll do that one. Cool. Let's roll on. So next, hopefully, if I remember correctly, I got another booktuber gave a book 5 stars. I'm just going to look through all the booktubers and see who gave the book I want to read 5 stars. So I want to read The Goldfinch. This isn't how it's supposed to work, but I don't care. I wanted to read The Goldfinch, which is actually could be used as a weight. And Sid, from whatever her name is, her channel name is, what is it, Sid Bookworm or something or other, she gave this 5 stars, so I thought, that's convenient. So I shall be reading The Goldfinch. Okay, next row please. I think here is when I got 0 rolls, and I never said what I'd do if I got 0 rolls because I just decided now. And for that I'm going to add a book, and it could be any sort of book I want. So I shall be reading The Binding by Bridget Collins. Definitely not because I've already started it and am enjoying it. So I'm not actually saying what any of these books are about, am I? The Goldfinch I know nothing about. So there we go, good synopsis there. And The Binding, I think, is sort of, it seems similar to The Midnight Library in that I think kind of stories are interwoven into these books. It feels like there's quite a magical element to it. I've got a feeling the books are going to come to life if you read them from start to finish. That's just a hypothesis, I don't know. But books are seen as kind of sacrilegious in this world, so that would be interesting. Also, I've only read 1 chapter and I really like that it starts at night. That was satisfying. Maybe because I read it at night. Whatever. There we go. And also, just look at the cover, man. It's beautiful. Also, a very popular book at the moment with booktubers. So, lots of booktubers giving this 5 stars too. So next, oh wonderful, another booktuber, what was it, I don't know, another booktuber gave a book 1 star, well obviously, but the prompt is I have to read, the prompt is I have to read a book that another booktuber gave 1 stars, so 1 star, it's singular. So for this I shall be reading One of Us is Lying by someone or other, so this is a bit controversial. Molly from Mind of Molly gave this 1 star. So I think I'm not going to like this book. Other people love it, so I'm just going to read it and have a terrible time, I predict. It's a YA crime book. I think someone gets murdered, you know, your typical crime, someone gets murdered. Yeah, another really good synopsis there. I don't know, people like it. It's a series, I'm probably not going to like it. There we go, let's move on. So next we've got a children's book. I like my children's book, which you probably can't tell from these shelves because I don't keep my children's books on here, but whatever. So I shall be reading Reaching for the Moon by Katherine Johnson. This is her only autobiography, and it is a children's book as well. It's written for children. And this is also one of the books we shall be reading for the X Book Club this round, along with The Planet Factory, which is somewhere, which I don't know where. And this is the book club that I run with Kim, and I have a lot of fun. And we basically read loads of non-fiction books surrounding one particular topic. So this round it's space. So if you don't know who Katherine Johnson is, I'm not surprised because her name has just been obliterated from history, kind of, in this country, which is sad. So when we I learnt about the space missions at school. You know, the American space missions anyway. Her name never came up, and that's really heckin' sad because without her it wouldn't have happened. So she was basically the mathematician. She worked out all the maths, so that's where you can see some maths on the cover. She basically worked out all the maths for the moon landings. Basically, I don't know, she's not a data scientist because she didn't use computers. They didn't rely on the computers, they relied on her, even though the computers were alright, I guess. She's better than computers, basically. And she was called a computer in her time because she was just so clever. So it was fantastic to read her biography, not her biography, someone written a biography, another children's book which is for much younger readers. And I read that and I really enjoyed that as well. So I'm looking forward to this. It's a bit older, I think it's more like 8 to 12 kind of age. But yes, it shall be good. And if you want to join along, please, you know, join along. I'll leave some links if I remember down below. And lastly, don't know why my hands are going there, reread a favourite. I need to reread more books, man. But you know, booktube culture, you know, it's not much of a rereading culture, is it? How many times am I going to say culture? So for this, I'm going to read The Colour Purple. So what this book is about, it's about Celie, and she's, you know, going into adulthood. She's about 14, I think, at the start of this book. And it's an epistolary novel, so it's all written in letters, and mostly she writes to God. She occasionally writes to her sister. Yeah, it's interesting because it's set in quite a rural place in America. I think the early 1900s, or was it the 19th century? I can't remember. But either way, the thing that I love so much about this book is the emotional side. Exquisite. There are two things in this book that nearly made me cry, but I'm as emotional as a rock, so it didn't make me cry. But it was very good, excellent. Basically, Celie gets married off to this horrible man, and she, you know, is having a terrible time, but even worse things happen throughout the novel. So there we go. It's pretty miserable, but that's what I like. There we go. Was that a good synopsis? No. Maybe I'll learn to say synopsis correctly in the next video. So there we go. Books. Here's another one. Here's another two, but you can't see what they are because I'm not holding them the right way around. There we go, there's some books I'm going to read, or maybe not. This is the first time I've actually looked at all the books I'm going to read in April. Fabulous. Also, can I just say, I got the Goldfinch for £1 in a charity shop, and I'm still absolutely buzzing from that. Did I just say buzzing? Yeah, I'm very happy I got that for £1. Yeah, sick. Oh, I need to do a thumbnail now. Let me put my knees down. Oh god, how am I going to do this? Put it on this side because that's where the bed sheets are. Oh dear, this is going to look terrible, isn't it? Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then let me know, or don't let me know, and I'll just be sad and lonely. If you want to play with me sometime, well, tough, because we're in lockdown. Thank you for watching. I'll try and do a wrap up of these books if I make it through the month. Goodbye!